Chris Nielsen is a successful doctor, a loving husband and father. His life seems perfect. He is happy with his wife Anna and children, enjoying every minute of his existence. However, his happiness is short-lived when their son dies in a car accident. This event becomes the catalyst for tragedy in Anna's life, who blames herself for her son's death and sinks into depression. She feels guilty for her child's death and cannot find solace. As a result of this inner suffering, Anna decides to take her own life, choosing suicide. Chris cannot understand what has happened when he himself finds himself in the afterlife. He feels confused as he discovers that his life on Earth has ended. At first, he does not realize that he has died, thinking it is just a nightmare. However, he soon meets his guide Albert, who explains to him that his death was real and Chris is now in the afterlife. Albert helps Chris understand the rules of this world. In it, there is no physical time and space like on Earth. This afterlife world is more like a huge multi-level space where souls have to go through different stages to find peace and freedom. In this afterlife, Chris encounters different souls who tell him about their suffering and pain. These encounters help Chris to better understand that the souls here are stuck in their suffering, remaining attached to the earth and their pasts. Chris encounters a diversity of these souls who are stuck in their personal hell spaces. Some are steeped in grief, others in rage and resentment. All seem to embody their inner pain and fear. Chris learns that souls have a hard time letting go of their attachment to the past, their own fears and guilt, which makes their stay in the afterlife unbearable. Albert explains to Chris that in the afterlife, souls can either be released or stuck if they can't overcome their feelings of guilt or fear. Anna, his wife, is stuck in such a dark space where her grief and guilt have grown into a nightmare. She can't let go of her guilt over their son's death and finds that her peace is impossible. Chris realizes that he needs to find Anna and help her free herself. He begins to search for her, realizing that her soul is in this dark, confusing space where she is unable to find peace. She is locked in her feelings, having lost hope of forgiveness and peace. Along the way, Chris encounters various trials and souls that help him figure out how to free Anna. Each new space he encounters in the afterlife is a reflection of the state of the souls, their fears and inner pain. For example, he encounters souls stuck in their angry memories of their earthly lives. These souls are in endless bursts of rage, unable to let go of grudges and resentment. Chris realizes that Anna is stuck in such a space and cannot be freed without his help. One of the most significant moments of the movie is when Chris meets his son. Their meeting takes place in a beautiful, bright space that symbolizes bliss and peace. The son explains to Chris that death is not the end, but merely a transition into a new state. This helps Chris realize that Anna does not have to fear death, that her soul can be set free. The son helps Chris realize that the love they had on Earth is not over, and that his sacrifice will help Anna let go of her past. Chris finds Anna in this dark space where her soul is trapped, immersed in her deepest fear and guilt. She is unable to forgive herself for her son's death, blaming herself for his demise. Anna doesn't want to believe that her peace is possible and chooses to remain in this dark space. Chris approaches her, remembering their happy times together, when they loved each other and supported each other through difficult times. He reminds her that he is still here, that he is willing to help her let go of her pain and find peace. This moment becomes a turning point in their story. Chris shows Anna that she is not alone, that she can free herself from her fears and guilt. He reminds her that their love was true and strong, that she shouldn't be afraid to let go of her past. Anna cries as she realizes that she needs to let go of her pain and stop blaming herself. She takes a step into the light and Chris takes her hand. Together they move to the next level of the afterlife where Anna finds forgiveness and release. It is a moment of deep emotional release for both of them as they find their way to the light and forgiveness together. Chris and Anna find themselves in a new, brighter world where there is no pain, fear, or suffering. This world is full of love and light, and they can be together forever. There is no fear of death here, only light and happiness. Chris and Anna find their peace together and their love lives on even after death. It teaches us the importance of forgiveness and self-acceptance, and that the only thing that really matters in life is love and relationships between people. Chris and Anna show that love can overcome even the afterlife walls, and their story teaches us about the importance of forgiveness and accepting one's destiny.